We begin with a political development that has brought renewed attention to India's anti-defection law and the shifting dynamics within Aam Aadmi Party. Rajya Sabha MP Raghav Chadha is at the center of reports suggesting a major split involving several members of parliament from the Aam Aadmi Party. According to reports, 7 of the party's Rajya Sabha MPs have moved away from the party, significantly reducing its presence in parliament. This development has not only triggered a political setback for Aam Aadmi Party but also opened a wider debate on India's anti-defection law and whether it's strong enough to prevent large-scale political realignments. What makes this case more particularly notable is a proposal once introduced by Raghav Chadha himself. Back in August 2022, shortly after becoming a member of parliament, Chadha has introduced a private member's bill aimed at tightening the anti-defection law under the 10th schedule of constitution. His proposal focused on increasing the threshold requirement for a valid defection and introducing stricter penalties for lawmakers who switch parties. Under the existing law, a group of MPs can avoid disqualification if at least 2/3 of the original party members agree to the split or merger. This provision is designed to distinguish between individual defections and collective political decisions. However, Chadha's proposed amendment suggests increasing this threshold to 2/4 of the party's strength, making it significantly more difficult for lawmakers to break away. He also proposed a strict penalty, a 6-year ban on contesting elections for defecting MPs. Had this proposal been passed into law, the current situation could have unfolded very differently. In numerical terms, instead of 7 MPs being enough to meet the threshold, the requirement would have increased to 8, effectively making it harder for a smaller group to execute a valid split. That change could have altered the outcome of the present political situations. The anti-defection law itself was introduced to maintain stability in India's elected bodies and prevent what is commonly referred to as horse trading of legislators. It ensures that elected representatives boldly respect the mandate on which they were elected. However, over time the law has also faced criticism for allowing coordinated group defections under certain conditions, which continue to challenge its effectiveness. The latest developments have now brought the debate back into focus. For the Aam Aadmi Party, the reported loss of MPs mark a significant reduction in parliamentary strength and raises concerns about organizational unity. The party, which rose rapidly in national politics over the past decade, is now facing one of its major serious structural challenges in parliament. Party leader Arvind Kejriwal has responded strongly to the situation, describing it as a political setback and allegedly betrayal by the defecting MPs. Aam Aadmi Party has also indicated that it may pursue legal action seeking disqualification under the anti-defection provisions. However, the final outcome will depend on the interpretation of parliamentary authorities and legal scrutiny of the merger or defection claims. Political sources suggest there had been internal discussions and signs of disagreement within the party for some time. However, the scale timing of the reported shift appears to have surprised many within the organization. The situation also has broader political implications. With upcoming elections in key states such as Punjab, the development could impact Aam Aadmi Party's organizational strength and electoral strategy, especially as it looks to expand its national footprint. At the same time, this episode has revived a larger national conversation whether India's anti-defection law needs reform to prevent group defections that can alter the balance in elected bodies. Supporters of stricter rules argue that stronger penalties and higher thresholds could ensure great stability in democratic institutions. Critics, however, warn that overly rigid law could restrict legitimate political realignment. Interestingly, this entire situation also carries a political irony. A leader who once advocated for stricter anti-defection rule is now linked to the development that has highlighted the very gaps he sought to address. For now, the matter remains under close watch, with legal, political and procedural processes expected to shape the next phase of events. We will continue to track this story and bring you latest updates as they unfold. Till then, stay tuned with us. Thank you.